In this video, we are going to start to really get to the powerful features that are available to us when we have custom content types and custom templates in WordPress. So previously we had created a new content type called an author, and we had used the advanced custom fields plugin to add some fields to the author content type. So authors have a first name, a last name, they've got a series of images, and they have a bio. But if we look at the page that is used to display this author, we'll see that none of these custom fields come through. And that's because the template that's being used doesn't know to spit those fields out to display them as HTML. And that's because if we look at our map of templates and what's going to be displayed, this is using the single.php template, which is just a generic template used to display any single post. And what we want to do is we want to create a template that will override this, and we're going to use this single hyphen post type template. So what we want to do is create a template called single hyphen book underscore author, because if you remember from our previous video, this content type is called book underscore author. So what I'm going to do is in my theme editor, I'm going to see that I don't have a single hyphen book underscore author template, so I need to create that, and we can do that by using our add page template function right here, which is available because of a plugin that we had installed earlier. So here we're going to copy the closest template that we have access to from the parent, okay, and that's going to be single.php. So we're going to start with our single template that's being used to create this HTML, and we're going to mess with it to do what we want to do. So the template name is just a name that we're going to use, and then the file name is what's important. So it's single hyphen and then the name of the content type. And again, our content type is book underscore author. So I'm going to go ahead and make a new file here, and I'm going to come back to my theme editor. So I have my single author template here, and if I scan through, I can see this is where my post title is, okay? So this is what's displaying this right here. And it's an H1, and I just want to make sure that my template's working. So I'm going to change that to an H2 really quick and make sure that our template is attached to our author content type. So if I come here, refresh. All right, now if I inspect this, I see that it's an H2, so I know that I'm working with the correct thing. And I'm going to go ahead and put it back to an H1 because I want an H1 there. All right, now post details. These are things that authors don't have, right? I don't care what date my author was published. So I'm going to just delete all of this. Okay, I've got a copy in the parent theme if I really need to. All right, the content template tag displays anything that's up here. I don't want that here. I don't want to let my content editors do anything here. I only want to display my structured content. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that too. You could also comment it out. Tags, do authors have tags? No. So I'm just going to get rid of all of these things that I don't need. Okay. Edit post link, you can keep or get rid of. I'm not going to have comments, so I'm going to get rid of that. But what I am going to do is display my structured content. So my H1, I actually want to be my author's name. So I'm just going to comment this out with an HTML comment. And instead of using the title of the post, right, that's what goes here, I'm going to use this. And partly just as a demonstration, and also partly because I always like to use the structured content. So I need to know, how do I spit out a field from Advanced Custom Fields? Advanced Custom Fields has really good documentation, and we're looking at one of the getting started pages. It's displaying values in your theme, and we're just going to do the most basic example of this. And essentially here we have like the title is a template tag built into WordPress. We're going to use some different tags that are built into Advanced Custom Fields. And we're going to use the tag the field. Okay, this is PHP, but it's you don't need to understand very much about what we're doing. All we need to know is that we do the field parentheses, and then we have the field name that we're using. So if I come back here, let's do We have to tell it that we're writing PHP, okay? And we end our PHP with this, question mark caret. And then inside this, I can have my tag, so it's the field, and then parentheses, and then in single quotes, I'm going to tell it which field I want. So my author has a first name field, so I'm going to say first_name. If you need these, they are in your custom fields section. So I would go to edit my author information. I would see that I have first name, and this name column is what we want. So first_name. So first_name, I'm going to put a semicolon after that, and I'm going to update my file. And if we come back here, hopefully we see Samuel. Okay, this is exactly what we wanted, so this is good. Now, if I want to put another one, I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to display my last name field, okay? There are some other ways to do this, but this is the easiest way. And all you need to remember is this gets replaced by the content, okay? This gets replaced by whatever is in that field. So let's see, and we're going to check on whether we get a space between our first and last name here. Okay, so this is good. So let's display the bio, okay? And again, this is going to work exactly the same as this. So I'm going to have the field, and then I'm going to tell it which field I want to display. And then this is an example of a time where I also need to think about my HTML, right? Because what we're doing is just replacing these with the content. So right now, this is going to translate into H1, Samuel, space, Delaney, and then I don't want this inside my H1. So I'm actually going to move this down below my H1, and I need to think about what HTML I want it in. So I'm going to put it in a paragraph. And you could even do something like, p class equals bio here. But let's update our file and take a look. Not that file. All right. All right, so now we have an H1, and then we have our bio right here, okay? So you're gonna have to think a little bit about what kind of content is stored in each of your fields, right? This is a text field that just gets text content. It doesn't get HTML, so I need to actually put it inside an HTML tag. Some of the other field types will actually output HTML. So in that case, you wouldn't have HTML here. Some of it's just going to be playing around a little bit. We'll review some fields individually. And in the next video, we'll take a look at the images that are attached to the author and get into how to do the repeater field and how to do images.